Welcome to Life Conversations with the Kelvins. In our last episode, we finished up on the roles that make marriage rock. And today, we start on a new conversation. So exciting indeed. Mistakes to avoid while dating. My husband.
Yes, dating ideally is supposed to give you a time and a season for you to get to learn and to know, to understand the person that you're intending to settle down with. So maybe first and foremost of importance to mention will be that dating is not to try things out. It is to interrogate, to get to know, to understand, and to answer this question: can I live with this person for the rest of my life? Enjoy the conversation. My wife, thank you for dating me.
Anytime.
When we were dating, I didn't know as much as I know now that we're married. And now looking back, I would say the first mistake that I have seen a lot of dating couples make is get into a dating relationship without having a vision for that relationship. The good book says that when there is no vision, a people perish. That is just figurative. You can apply it in any situation in life. That if you don't have a vision for a business, it won't stand. If you don't have a vision for a certain venture, it's not going to stand.
That's right.
And vision is so critical because it directs the path, the tangent that the relationship is going to take. And most people, especially in our generation, get into a dating relationship for the fun of it, because it's popular, because it's trendy, because their friends are doing it.
Lonely.
Because they feel lonely. The worst reason to get into a relationship. The purpose of a dating relationship is to lead to marriage. So marriage needs to be the vision of why two people are dating. Which then means if a person is not ready to walk down the aisle or to stand at the other end of the aisle and watch their bride walk towards them, they should be single.
That's right.
Because the vision and the end point for dating is a wedding.
That's right.
Is marriage.
And you know, you did it perfectly. I remember that day you actually, I agreed to be your girlfriend. You showed me your plan. You actually gave me a five-year plan. You wrote your vision.
I was focused.
You were seriously focused. And I love that. I like that a lot. And you showed it to me. And I remember after reading it and just looking at it, you told me one thing. Are you in or are you out? Hey, and I thought, wow, this is a serious deal.
First conversation after you saying yes to being my girlfriend. Are you in or are you out?
Or are you out? And I thought, this one can't pass me. That was splendid.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
And the vision here not only means what the guy intends to do, but more specifically, what is the vision for this relationship? Because from the day you begin dating to the day you get married, that vision is supposed to guide the two of you. So, for starters, the guy should be very sure in the relationship because he is the leader. That my vision in this relationship is X. X being what? To walk with this lady in a certain journey for a certain length of time, doing certain things with certain people in certain ways until we get married. Without that, then anything goes.
That's right.
Somebody said that if you don't know where you're going, then any road can take you there.
And as you're talking about it, I realize more and more, you can't say that you're leading anyone if you don't know how to lead yourself.
True.
Yeah.
You must lead yourself first to have a vision for your life. If you must have a vision for a relationship.
Yes.
And I think this is really easy for girls who are single, ladies who are single. When a guy begins hitting on you and telling you those nice and sweet nothings, oh, I like your eyebrows, I like your smile, I like the way you walk, I like the sound of your voice. Those have their place in a dating relationship.
They do.
But the lady in question should ask this guy a very straight up question. What's your vision for this relationship? We cannot stress this enough, that the purpose of a dating relationship is to lead to marriage. So when this vision is missed, if it's not given, if it's not worked on, this relationship will end up in doom. What does vision do? Vision defines where you're going.
Yes.
So it gives you the route to follow.
That's right.
And the routes to avoid.
Yeah.
Look at it this way. Christian couple, Christian young man and a Christian young lady, and they like each other. And they sit down and they have this conversation. So, do you think this can work? And what have you, and what have you? And they say yes. One of the things that vision does is it reminds them, if we are dating according to the tenets of Christianity, we cannot sleep together.
That's right.
We cannot get physically intimate before we are man and wife, before we are husband and wife.
Yes.
You see, this knowledge is known far and wide, but a vision keeps it in place.
Yes.
That our vision demands and dictates that we will not soil ourselves before we are married. And you see, this is critical in our culture because we live in a culture in a time whereby you say you cannot buy a car before you've taken it for a test run, for a test drive. Marriage is not buying a car. That's something totally different.
Yes. This leads me to the second thing that I would say it's a mistake that happens when people are dating. You've already identified the girl or the man that you want to date.
Yes.
And you've decided, okay, this is what we want to do. But then you'd find we don't want to be accountable to anyone.
Yes.
So yes, we've agreed, we've said, okay, because we know this is where we're going, we've decided, okay, these are our boundaries. But we decide to keep them to ourselves. And I think as we walk every day, I want to hold your hands. We would get, day one maybe, because now we haven't, I still don't know you more and more. Sometimes maybe I don't sleep thinking, oh, it's my boyfriend, what is he doing? As we continue on, each and every day, getting to know one another more and more, because we're interrogating one another. Then as we're interrogating one another, I'm getting to find out, oh, I like him more. It's like the percentage continues growing.
Even the gap reduces.
Yes, as the percentage continues growing. So as these two lovebirds, I would say, continue knowing one another, as they continue interrogating one another, your percentage of love, feeling that you love one another, grows more and more as you continue finding out, this is what I wanted in a man, and he's like that, or this is what I wanted in a lady, and he's like that. Truthfully, the set boundaries that we had put, somehow you feel, can you just,
a bit vague,
and they might actually become really vague. You would maybe even find that you know that line that, so when you want to fight someone, you cross that line and you tell that person, if you dare cross that line, you'd actually find you yourself come and actually wipe that line away.
Yes.
So the boundaries that we had set for ourselves become, we don't have any boundaries
anymore.
And when the two lovebirds are dating and there's no accountability, then it will become a serious mistake that you'd look back and think, I shouldn't have gotten myself there. Yes. But you'd find, yes, we had set boundaries. We really had set boundaries. But slowly and slowly, because there's no one checking on you, it's very easy to wrap that boundary line without even knowing it.
And many a time when this happens, you'll hear the couple say this: we don't know what happened, or how did we do that? How did this happen? It's what happens with love and with matters of the heart, like you rightly say. The more time we spend together, the more intimate we become. So when we don't have accountability, then we don't have that fear that someone is watching out. I remember when we were going out, we figured this out pretty early. Thanks to God, really, because you would have done miracles, you know. And there's a friend of mine, Rogers. He was actually a mutual friend. He still is. And I used to stay at his place. And one of the things we agreed not to do is to visit each other alone. And guess who kept us accountable? Rogers. And anytime you were to come over, I was to call him. And many a time I called him, and he gave us very strict instructions. Leave the gate open, leave the house door open. You see, what this does, it reminds you of what you agreed when you were setting the vision for the relationship. Accountability needs to be honored and respected in this context. We have to choose a person or a couple to be accountable to. That one we respect. That one, two are older than us. And three, that can rebuke us. Because you don't want someone that you are so casual with that when they begin telling you that here you're missing the mark, you take it lightly. And not only was Rogers our accountability, our partner, but we had Reverend Ken Oyola and his wife. These were way older. They had been married longer. They knew much more than we knew. And I like the fact that periodically, Reverend Ken will ask me very trying questions. So have you kissed her? And you know him, he's just blunt. And it's very hard for me to lie to a person I've submitted to. Accountability is not automatic. You've got to allow that person or that couple to keep you accountable. This means they will ask very prime questions. And honesty is key without in accountability rather. I remember saying a while back that accountability without honesty is practically useless. And what accountability does, it keeps the checks, the nuts, and the bolts in place. And it's not just on the negative side. Accountability means you told your accountability couple, we intend to get married in 2 years. So this couple will ask you, if 2 years is the time frame, what plans, what resources have you put in place to enable you to meet this plan, to actualize this plan? We have agreed to go to church together at least once a month if we go to different churches. The couple, the accountability couple will ask you, so the month of November is about to come to a close. Have you attended service together? Where? What service? Who preached? What did they teach about? You see, all these questions reveal what is in your heart.
That's right.
And the biggest mistake that you can make in dating is not have a couple to keep you accountable.
That's right. More and more, as you talk about having an accountability partner, I had not even looked at it in that sense. It really helps you. I think sometimes when I thought about accountability and accountability partner, I always thought of someone who would just be there to rebuke you. But in the way that you have explained it, someone helps you to actually forge forward. Not that when Rev Ken called us, it was because we did something wrong. No. It was actually to remind you, hey, you had said this, you had said this.
Are you doing it? You see, it feels like your accountability person does not trust you. And that's how accountability is supposed to be. When someone asks me to keep them accountable, I always approach them on a confrontation mode. Because I want them to be defensive. When they are defensive, they'll make mistakes. So maybe it's a couple I'm working with. And we have agreed they will save 10,000 every month. That's what they've submitted to me. So we meet, and instead of saying hi, so show me the deposit you put on the bank because I know you didn't put it. If they put it, it will come out.
Yes, yes.
If they didn't, they will begin saying, you see, I'm not looking for a straight answer. I'm looking for the first response. So when it's, you see, now I will calm down because I already know the truth. They never deposited that money. So why didn't you deposit? Then we begin having a conversation. And you see, this is born from where? The vision for the relationship.
Yes.
So I am only keeping you accountable to what you asked me to keep you accountable.
I agree with you. So truly, having accountability partners or an accountability partner, it is a good thing. It helps you, it keeps you on toes. And at the end of the day, you're the one who gains. We actually gained a lot. It helped. Having Rogers in our lives really helped us. It was a serious blessing. And I've noted one thing as we are talking about having an accountability partner. And of course, now that, I believe the very first time you asked me to be your girlfriend, you shared your vision with me. You decided, let me also tell someone. Already, that has removed the aspect of being isolated. Babe, and on choosing the accountability partners, it is extremely important that both parties, let it be mutual.
Yes, not imposed.
Not imposed. Because sometimes you'd find maybe the person that you are proposing, you are the one who knows that person more than me. So I think even before let's say if it's the man, taking us for example, if it is you who's introducing me to that couple, if I don't know them yet, before we make a final conclusion,
that's true.
Let it be that you'll tell me, babe, I have a couple that I would like you to meet. So as we meet with them, even before we mention that we want them to be our accountability partners, let's
be in the same
let's see how we are with them. If we click well, then I think it would be it's important. Now after we've met with them, we talk together and find out, do we like them? How are they? How would you take them? So that it doesn't look forced. Like you just
It doesn't look
said.
one-sided.
Exactly.
And one of the attributes of God is that He provides. Why not pray as a couple that God, we've started a dating journey. The vision is to end up on the altar. We don't want to mess up along the way. We don't want to make these mistakes. Why don't you lead us to a couple, to a friend that can keep us accountable? I have learned that the best things in life are the things you ask God to give you. And when it comes to a couple that is looking for a partner for another couple to keep them accountable, why not start the prayer way? That God, we love each other, we want to walk together, and we don't want to make mistakes, especially on the vision we have for this relationship. In thus we will require, we need a couple to keep us accountable. Would you be gracious enough to lead us to a couple that you know, because God knows everything. He knows better than we do.
That's right.
To a couple that you know that will walk with us this journey and keep us accountable, that we end up glorifying your name. That will end up giving them the best accountability couple the world can provide.
I agree with you, my husband. And we shall take a short break. Keep it at Life Conversations with the Kelvins.
I don't know what to do, Matt. The police wouldn't let Dad go.
What happened to the most supportive and loving wife that I married? What happened to her?
So, you are the sole breadwinner.
Yes, but I'm not complaining.
And he is the sole bread eater.
What did you say?
Sole bread eater, what is wrong with that?
There you go again, always pinning me down.
Pinning you down? How?
Every time I try to build this family, you always complain.
Bella, we can't do this anymore.
We can't do what?
This relationship.
What?
Chris, I'm not finished. Where are you going? Come back here, Chris!
You see, baby, I don't know how to fight for you. I don't know how to look at my mother and my father dead in the eye and tell them that no matter what they say or do, I will still love you ever so helplessly.
Just go.
Baby, I love you. I love you. I love you. I always will. My fear became my trap. My trap became my home. My fear became my home. But I love you, Bella.
Welcome back to Life Conversations with the Kelvins. And yes, we are on social media. We are on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter as Life Conversations. And we want to thank you, all our viewers who've been giving us feedback in terms of questions and comments and sharing this content. We appreciate you. My wife,
Yes.
the third mistake that we will discuss today, isolating the relationship. I've encountered this several times.
Yeah.
That two people like each other, fall in love, if there's falling in love, and they start going out, but they keep it secret.
Yeah.
They isolate this relationship from their friends, from their social circle. And the biggest danger to this is when someone is in love, then they have so many blind spots. There are things they never see or notice about the person they are dating.
That's right.
And what happens when they isolate this relationship and the person they are dating, their friends who are more sober, who are more keen, who are not fooled by love and feelings and emotions, don't have an opportunity to interact with the person that the friend is dating. And when you isolate a relationship you're in while dating, blind spots become the order of the day. Because there are things you need to know about the person you're dating you may not see clearly because you're in love with them. And only your friends in your social circle will help you see these things.
You know, in this, when someone is isolating themselves, isolating the relationship from their friends, I also realize that we have people who are dating. They're not just isolating their relationship from their friends. We'll find even some, yes, their friends know, some of their friends know, but the isolation is like on them. They don't want to hear anything that their friends are saying about
the person
their
they're
partner.
dating.
So you're wondering, how am I going to help you if you don't want to hear anything? Like you said, when I'm focused on you, when I'm feeling I'm just all over, you are my world, it's hard for me to see the blind spots. And when someone else comes to tell me maybe this thing about that guy, can you watch it? When your friend comes to expose something that they have noticed about the person you're dating, and they come to tell you, you need to check that thing, Marco, you need to check that thing. I'll stand up and say, jealous.
Mind your own
you're
business.
jealous.
You get defensive.
So I'm thinking, even in the isolation of, like you mentioned, someone is isolating their relationship from their friends. For those that, at least maybe you've told one or two, those few that are trying to come to tell you, hey, I see something. It is very important that you don't just you're hiding yourself so much. I've put walls on myself so much that no one can actually reach to it. The isolation is very dangerous.
And you see, there's another kind of isolation whereby probably a couple has gone public that the two of us are an item, but they don't open up to their friends about what they are going through in that relationship. Leave alone the accountability bit. But girls talk. And boys talk. And sometimes I'd be with my boys, even when I was going out with you before we got married. And sometimes I would tell, sometimes I don't understand my girlfriend. And the guys will tell me, who understands their girlfriend? But then they will ask me, what is going on? I was willing to open up and say, my girlfriend, I've noticed this with them. What do you think I should do?
Yeah.
You see, again, the good book says,
Yeah.
better are wounds inflicted by a friend
Yes.
than kisses given by an enemy.
That's right.
And I remember there were many times that Rogers told me to my face, if you continue handling this relationship this way, you will hurt yourself and you will hurt your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel good. But you see, it's because I had exposed what we were going through and the things I either liked or disliked to him.
Yeah.
And the moment I become the person to open up to him, I am inviting him in.
Yes. Yes.
So we may be very vocal in our social settings and circles that we are going out, but if we don't open up about our going out and what we are experiencing, it becomes very hard for our social friends to point out issues that we may deal with. And maybe this happens because people have a fear that when mistakes and character flaws are noticed, they may cause a breakup.
Yes.
This doesn't have to be the case because a mistake or a flaw exposed is an opportunity for you to deal with it.
That's right.
Because if you don't deal with it when you're dating, when you're married, it becomes amplified.
Yeah.
So it's not a must that there may be a breakup.
Yeah.
There are issues that you confront and then deal with wisely. But if you don't stop isolating a relationship, you then don't know what you need to confront.
That's right. And if it be that it happens that we've opened our relationship and we've told our friends, we've given them room to come and check what is happening inside, and they've truly shown me, Marco, that thing, not good. It is just wisdom to have a broken relationship when dating while having a broken marriage. Because like you call it, the good book, the author of the book, God Almighty, he says he hates divorce.
Totally.
He hates
There's no
divorce.
room for divorce.
There's no room for it. So if already what you're showing me, it's not that you just saying things. I can truly see that what you're poking at is
there's
truly,
a reality, there's truth in it. Yes.
If I've truly seen it, then let me be mature enough. If I say that I was mature to enter into this relationship, and I can truly see this thing, I cannot handle it. I
can't live
change
with it.
Yes, it is not part of what vision projected. In my vision, in line of
it's
of where my
digressing.
vision, it is just wisdom. Wisdom
to walk away.
To walk away.
And especially, my love, where the other party in the relationship is unwilling to work on the difference, to work on the flaw, to work on the issue.
Yes.
We normally lie to ourselves that my friend will change with time, my boyfriend will change with time, my girlfriend. The truth of the matter is, what is not changed during dating, it is very illogical and immature for someone to expect it to change after the wedding night. Case in point, let's assume you like using curse words, right?
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
Yeah.
It would be foolish of me to encourage myself.
Yes.
That by the way, when you love someone, you accept them as they are, you don't
yeah.
judge them. That is foolishness of the highest order. If I don't like it, I ought to come and tell you, baby, when you use these words, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Would you please work on that? Now, if you're willing to change, well and good. But if you tell me stuff like you found me this way when you're asking me to be your girlfriend, you knew. Now, what you're saying applies. I ought to be mature enough and sit you down and tell you, the vision I gave you for this relationship does not accommodate the way you talk, does not accommodate the way you dress, does not accommodate the way you handle yourself with members of the opposite gender, does not accommodate your lack of interest in godly issues, does not accommodate, the list goes on and on. And because of this, I would like us to take a break from this relationship and think, pray, and then decide if we still want to continue. Because hey, look, if I want to live in a glass house, I've got to stop playing with mud.
That's right.
I cannot demand a glass house and I'm playing around with mud. If I play with mud, then I'm compromising on my vision.
Yeah.
There is no need for you to say you want to live in a glass house, yet you spend all your time playing with mud.
Yeah.
Mud can never be converted into glass.
That's right.
So if the person you're dating refuses to work on a character flaw that you bring up, refuses to adjust, to submit to growth, to learning, to discipline, the mature thing for you to do is to sit them down and either end that relationship or take a break from that relationship up until a time you're convinced they have worked on it.
Yeah.
But these are things and stuff that people in our generation don't like hearing.
You know, when you're talking about, when you just mentioned that we should take a break until when you feel you're ready. You know, I think in our generation we would feel jitters because you're thinking, how can I stay away for that long? How can I for that
take
long?
a break.
You know,
what's the purpose of the break? But then you see, we go back to the first thing.
Yeah.
This break must have a vision
It must have a
clearly given.
Yes.
We are taking a break for 6 months. In these 6 months, there will be no communication.
Yes.
6 months is just a time I've picked.
Yes,
It doesn't
yes.
have to be 6 months.
Yeah.
No communication, or we will be meeting once a week.
Yeah.
In this break period, we expected to read this book.
Yes.
We expected to talk to so-and-so, listen to so-and-so, and then you evaluate periodically.
Yes.
You see, when you handle it that way, the break becomes manageable.
That's right.
But when it's just a break with no vision, guess what will happen? You'll meet another chick out there.
Yeah.
She'll meet another guy out there. And when you come to evaluate, you will actually break up.
Yeah, it's true.
I think the breakup comes when the issue exposed is so gross that one of the persons or the other person in the relationship cannot live with it.
Yeah.
Let me give an example with myself. One of the things I dislike a lot is dishonesty, is being lied to.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy that a lot. And when we were going out, I kept on checking on your truth and honesty meter.
Yeah.
Because I was sure if you are not honest, I don't think I was willing to give you room to grow into honesty.
Yeah.
Because if I don't trust you the first time, what gives me the sense that I will trust you later?
Yeah.
So I kept on seeing, how do you handle yourself? How do you answer my questions? Do you repeat the same answers? Do they change over time? Because I knew I cannot live with a liar. Now that's me.
Yeah.
Another guy or another lady can decide, I can handle dishonesty. That's fine. Because we are different. The thing is, if I can't handle something in you, there is no need to marry you and frustrate you later.
That's right.
Wisdom is to walk away. And some of these things come up when we open up our relationship to the people in our social circle. But it's critical, babe, to mention. We also ought to make sure that the people in our circle that we are opening up to and inviting into the relationship are honest, they are mature, and they are wise.
That's right.
So that they don't just blow holes into areas that really no holes should be blown into.
I agree with you. For this kind of friends, when they give us positive criticism to help us forge forward, we should give them room. And now we come to the end of our episode today. We shall continue with these conversations in our next episode. Thank you for keeping it at Life Conversations with the Kelvins. See ya.